on Facebook, don't worry. Thank you, Preeti, for reminding me. So, what can I be or do different to let go of all my past failures, of all my past judgments that does not allow me to be present and be the best version of who I can be today? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere that you've decided that you're a failure, and everywhere you're still holding on to that, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate that once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What is the value of holding on to the judgment that you're a failure so that you don't repeat your mistakes? So, why do we hold on to so many judgments or reference points or even past memories? Because we don't want to repeat them. We hate those instances, and you never want to repeat those things. But what happens is, just because you're holding on to it, that is what will repeat in your life. So when you're free from that, you will prevent yourself from creating that. So what can you be or do different to live today in such a way that you're free from all of your guilt, blame, shame, regret, and everywhere you've decided that you're a failure? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, receive that, and revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate all those decisions. Will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. How many lifetimes of failure are you holding on to that is even beyond this lifetime, that you decided you're a failure even when you were born? Everything that brought up and let down, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Who told you that you were a failure when you were a kid? That is been deeply sawn into your mind that you're not able to let it go or believe otherwise. And everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So in those 10 things, the list that I'm asking all of you to make, now whether you make it or not is completely up to you. I have no control over that, but I would suggest that. So what we should do is, in that list, include yourself, your body, include something that's easy for you. What is the one or two things that is so easy for me that I can do it so naturally and it doesn't even feel like work? And everything that does not allow me to know, be, perceive, receive that, and make money from that, which is my natural talent, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So I think I've told you guys, but literally I can't do anything else. Now I'm getting better because I keep saying I can do it instead of I can't do it. But when you say you can't do it, guess what? You can't do it. You're always right. When you say you can't do it, you're 100% right. So when you say you can do it also, you will be able to do things. So I used to keep on saying I can't do stuff. But even then, the one thing I realized I could do was to talk. So I know that's my natural talent, and I keep talking, and I make a lot of money from talking in different places or classes. So what if your natural talent was so easy? And have you thought how you can use that so that life becomes more easier? Any of you have thought that? If not, now is the time. So in your list of things you would like to focus, figure out what is that one thing that comes so easily to you, that is fun for you, and how can you use that to receive more money? Even if you laugh, you will get more money. So even if you're not making money out of that talent, at least the more you laugh, the more money will show up. So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So what generative energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to figure out the 10 things that make total sense for me, that will make my being come alive, that will make every moment of my life a celebration and greater than what it was before? and everything that does not allow me to know, be, perceive, and receive that, I now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, celebration season, the Sera. But why would we not celebrate every day? Why do you have to celebrate only when there's a festival? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Why would you have to celebrate only during your birthdays? Why can't we have cakes for all occasions? I mean, every day. You can't have it every day because that's junk food and all that stuff. But why can't we celebrate every moment? Why are you looking for a movement or a cause to celebrate? So everywhere I have decided that I can celebrate only for a reason instead of celebrating my own breath and my own life. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resigned, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Whoever taught me that my body is a wrongness, and whoever put it into my head that I cannot celebrate my body for any reason, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, and celebrate your body for the pleasure and the allowance that it gives you? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, guys, if any of you have any questions or want to say something, please unmute yourself. Now it's feeling like I'm the only one who's talking, which is true. It'll just be fun. If anyone has any questions, please do ask. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots.
Nithya,
Yes, yes, Kirti.
the question was, what is that one thing that comes so easily to me? So, do we stop with one thing, or do we ask the question like, what are those things that come so easily to me?
You can definitely do more than one. If you're getting 10 or more, that's amazing. If you're not, at least get one. So that was the idea.
Okay.
So you might be good at
I got that.
Yeah. Okay. So, but if you're not, at
Yes.
least start with what's that one thing that is so much fun for you?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots,
Yes.
boys and beyonds. Awesome.
Okay. And then sometimes out of the blue, like I'm not a person who normally gets bored. I always have something or the other going. So when this energy of boredom does come up,
Did you finish your
what should
question?
I do? Yes, yes. No, what I was saying was, I have heard a lot of people say I'm getting bored and all that. But normally I'm not a person who gets bored. I normally never get bored. There's something or the other going on for me. But
Okay,
all
can
of
I
a
say
sudden I'm
something?
starting to feel this energy. Yes.
First of all, you're not normal. Let's get that illusion out of our head. Everywhere, all of you have decided that you're so normal and you will be the same every day. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce,
Yes.
and create all? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
bad, pot, pock, all nine. The minute you say normally I'll not get bored, you're already creating a life that is normal, that is like mediocre, that's like a standard deviation instead of a great life.
Okay.
Wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and girls. Okay. And what else were you planning to ask?
Regarding this energy of boredom,
Yeah. How
I
do you let
mean,
it go, or what do you want?
yeah, right. Like, what's it telling me? Is there something it's telling me?
No, you might want to ask who does it belong to. Might not be yours.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Right, wrong, good, bad, for all nine.
Correct, got it.
And actually, yeah. Actually, humans and humanoids, mainly humanoids, boredom is the one thing you can't stand more than anything. You can't do
Yes,
the same thing
exactly.
again and again. So
Okay,
you have to keep asking, how much more creative can I be today
okay,
that I've never been before? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and girls. Even if you do the same work, you'll start getting bored. So how much more creative can I be with the work that I'm doing today? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nine shots, boys and girls. You can also keep saying, I am creativity. I am creativity.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
have a question, Nithya. No, Nithya, one question I had.
okay.
So
Sharmila, then we'll come to Varsha. Yeah, Sharmila.
I you said what is the one thing that you love doing. So for I love painting, and every time in the past, if something has happened in my life, or it has helped me, I mean, painting has helped me to calm down, and it gives a sort of a very quiet joy. But it's been 10 years since I've touched my canvas, and every time I want to, and it brings a nice feeling in my heart. And I feel that today I'll do a painting, but something keeps me back, and I don't make that transition to get up and take my colors or my sketch out. So, what is that feeling, and how to overcome that?
Okay, that's a good question. So that's something that holds you back. What is that? It's only you. So everywhere you've prioritized feeling bored or not doing what you want to do is much more important than doing what you would like to do. Will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong,
Yeah.
good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Everywhere you have de-energized yourself and you don't believe that there's something that can re-energize you because you love feeling de-energized. Also, everything that brought up and let down will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. It's not only the painting that we love. Sometimes we love the same comfort zone, not doing what we want to do, being the same, and then it's an uncomfortable comfort zone. So what do you love about boredom that keeps you recreating it, even though you keep telling yourself that's not what you would like? Everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong,
Yes.
all nine shots, boys and beyonds. What can you be or do different to be able to start moving with ease and start creating what you would like with ease, one step at a time? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, mess. So take one step. If you paint like 2 lines today, be happy with it. Then you will start doing more. If you say I have to paint the whole picture, sometimes we just stop there itself. And then I don't have time. This may not work. I may not be able to do it. So let's take one step at a time. Okay. And everywhere, so good at stopping myself. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Yes, Varsha?
Okay, so on this only what you said, that what you do, what you like. I really like working with bodies. However, I have found that if I get the clients' calls also, and when I tell them my high ticket prices, they just back out. Somewhere my receiving is not very good. I feel myself stuck in the area of receiving high money.
Okay. First of all, if you say I feel that I'm stuck in the area of receiving high money, can you receive high money?
Mhm.
No. So
No.
stop telling interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Because what you tell yourself is what the universe can give you, even if it would like to give you more. Do you honor your work? So everywhere I am not honoring my work, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
At Podpok, all nine shots, boys and girls. And everywhere I buy the point of view that others will not pay me what I ask, will you now destroy and uncreate that once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
all nine shots, boys and girls. Who are those people who are willing to pay what I ask and receive what I have to offer? What would it be like for them to come and find me? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong,
Yes.
all nine shots, boys and girls. But every time you think they're not coming, they're backing off, that too shall happen. So you have to be aware of what you're saying and choose different. If you choose the same thing, how can you expect things to change, right? So
Right.
let's think different for a month, ask questions for a month, and definitely it should change. Okay, so everything that brought up and let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And how much fun and happiness can I have so that I get more money than God? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So money follows joy. If you read Gary's How to Become Money workbook, it's very profoundly written. So the more happier you are, you don't have to worry who will give you the money and how more money comes. But for every time you say this person is backing off, and then you get upset with it, you will lose money. So even if someone backs off, you have to say, how does it get better? You have to mean it. When you don't
Yeah.
only have to say, how does it get better? You have to have faith in the universe and say, okay, this happened. How does it get better than this? And everything that is not
Okay.
you, to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot,
Yes.
nine shots, pies, and meals. In the 10 things that are top priority for you, if your body is there, getting upset is not good for your body. So it's not about the other person. At least be kind to your body. And that's the reason we don't get upset over anything.
Yes.
So everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, beyonds.
Yes.
Okay. Any
Thank you,
more
Nithya.
questions? Yes, Varsha.
Thank you, Nithya.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Isha.
Huh. See, the money, what just now, whatever you spoke, all those things are resolved in my life. Okay.
Yay, how does it get better?
Clients who will pay and everything is fine. But from last week, what I am observing is, I am feeling that people are not getting healed the way they were earlier. And I'm getting a little bit of pressurized because they pay me so much, and then after a session they say, oh, I think it's not working because blah blah blah. So I'm getting a little worked up. What do I do?
Have you bought their points of view? And everywhere you have decided that you're receiving money, but you're still not happy that you're receiving money and you're not honoring the work you do, so that when you feel they overpay you, the work you do may not work. Everything that brought up and let down for you, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, neurons. Maybe they require more sessions. Everybody is different. So how did you conclude that it's not working? So everywhere you've decided and concluded that your healing is not working as it was in the past because you're receiving more money, and everywhere you would like to guilt yourself into not receiving money while telling yourself that you're receiving money, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for
Yes.
all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So what can you be or do different to empower them to heal in such a way that they can receive all that they can receive for the money that they pay you? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, beyonds. And everywhere you've decided that if I receive more money, I'm not committed to my work from this lifetime to past lifetimes. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock. I think I got it. If you guys see all those big brands, right? If you see this reality, when they start off, they give extremely good quality, and then as they suddenly, when the brand grows big, right, the quality kinds of deteriorates. So maybe we've picked it up from.
Something like that. You are
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah. So everywhere you're not an interesting point of view about anyone or any brand that has deteriorated its quality as they got bigger. And so you've decided that you will become two. You now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisons. What can you be or do different to be that brand that will outcreate everyone and that will maintain your standard of what you are, irrespective of how much you grow? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisoned, beyonds.
Thank you, Nithya. Thank you so
Welcome. Any more questions, guys?
When I expand myself, Nithya,
Mhm.
Nithya, can you hear me?
Yes, Varsha.
When I expand myself, half of my body really pains a lot. And I get a sense that there are dead energies. I've been doing this entity clearing on myself. However, I don't get relief.
So everywhere you've decided that you're not expanded all the time and that you have to expand, will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right, wrong,
Yes.
fuck, all nine shots, poisonous. Everywhere you've already decided that you're not infinite all the time and you have to separately expand. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good,
Yes.
bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I have dead energies. If you say dead energy, can it would be painful for your body, will it not? What can I
Yes.
be or do different to transmute all these energies in such a way that it becomes a contribution to my body? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What invention am I using and choosing and holding on to and keeping so that I can prove to myself I can never expand and be infinite? And everything
Yes.
that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And
Yes.
everywhere, I'm not the biggest entity in my life who will
Yes.
scare away everything else. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yes.
How does it get better than that? So, what can I be or do different to know how infinite I truly am and to unlearn everything that makes me finite, which is not true for me, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that? Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What can I be or do different today to focus on the 10 things that will help me be myself, that will so much fun, enable me to be the fullest, and everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, Varsha, you might want to listen to this again and run all those clearings again.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So, everywhere I love to judge myself. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot,
Yes.
nine shots, boys and beyonds. Everywhere I've judged myself as a failure, a complete failure, and an utter failure, so that I can keep being in that energy, so that I never have to succeed. Because if I succeed, then I don't have a story to tell myself. Everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad,
Yes.
nine shots, boys and beyond. All the reasons and justifications and points of view and underlying points of view that I'm not aware of, that I still love holding on to, so that I can prove to myself that I'm a failure. And I can stay in that energy. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. So, what can I be or do different and choose different so that every step I make moves me closer towards what I desire, towards changing myself, towards evolving, and towards making a difference? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that and take it forward step by step, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Whose shoes have I decided are too big for me to fill, so I always will fail? So everything that brought up and let down for you, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock,
Yes.
nine shots, boys and beyonds. What can I be or do different? Move forward with ease, moment by moment, celebrating whatever I do and be each moment, to create something greater for me and everyone else. And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive this, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, any more questions, guys?
Nitya, I have felt one thing. I have deep rooted anger for my parents. However, when my mother come in front of me I feel really from the core very sympathetic and pity for her that she is in such a mess, and none of her child really regards her and wants to stay with her. However, when I'm away from her, I feel so much in pain and anger, and I just want to ruin her personality. I want to defame her in front of the society what she has done to me.
Okay. And what do you think you'll achieve by that?
I know nothing, it's just hurting me. It's just sprouting more and more anger within me, helplessness. But when she's in front of me, I feel very pity for her.
Okay, that's all judgment, Varsha. So when we say pity, you're doing superior, you're deciding you're superior and judgment. When you say you hate her,
Yes.
it's judgment. When you're angry, it's judgment. In truth, are you angry at her or yourself?
I'm angry at myself because the way she nurtured me and didn't take care of me, I have really suffered a lot.
Right, but is that the past?
Yes, that's a
Yes.
past.
Why? What invention are you using to bring your past to the present so that you can ruin both your present and your future? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shots, boys,
Yes.
beyond. So what can you be or do different to be there for yourself in such a way that you do not need anyone else to be there for you, including your mother? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shots, poison.
Yes.
What can you be or do different to nurture yourself the way you would like and to choose and go beyond judgment? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that will you now destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shots, poison.
Yes.
I'm going to recommend a new tool in Axis, which you guys may not have heard of before, which is called interesting point of view. So every time you get triggered by your mother, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And you do it for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, as long as it takes for you to get better. That's all. Okay.
Nithya, I have a question.
Yes, Anupama.
So, would this apply to any kind of a relationship? Because there are times when yeah, it's an insecurity, or I don't trust a particular person. Um, and I know the situation that I am in with that person, a very, very good friend. But on a certain aspect, I don't trust the person. And I don't feel good about it because I know eventually what will happen will upset me. But at the same time, I won't let go of the person for the person and the relationship we have. It's a very good friendship. And but it's just that one aspect that I don't trust that person. So for that, I don't want to lose the friendship. But that kind of a feeling that is always there at the back of my mind, that on that aspect I can't trust that person. Um,
Are
so
you projecting that? If you project that, that shall happen because you're that powerful.
I know because I do think about it, not every day, but it does come up once in a while when that person does that particular thing. Can I trust that person? So at that
Interesting
point,
point of
what should
view.
I do?
When you say, can I trust a person? Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. If you project that, you can't trust them. Then they will end up doing something which because you projected, they will end up
Right.
doing something that is not trustworthy, or you will only see when they whatever they do that is not trustworthy. You will not see any good things that they do. So everything that I am projecting at my friends, which may not even be true, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot,
Yes.
poc, boys and beyonds. And everywhere
So
I'm
there are two
expecting,
things to.
one second, everywhere I'm expecting someone to be trustworthy, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, all nine shots, boys, beyonds. Why is it okay for us to expect that this person has to be like this? They will be who they are. We don't have any right to expect anything from anyone. So everything that brought up and led down for you, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, all nine shots, boys, beyonds. Allowance. How much allowance can I be? How much an interesting point of view can I be? And everywhere I'm projecting that I might lose this friendship. Will you now Revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreated once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So every time you're talking to him, you might want to just say, I pod and pock all my projections and expectations. I destroy and uncreate all my projections and expectations. Okay, that should work. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And don't ever project that, what if I lose the friendship? Because if you say that, that is enough to lose the friendship. So don't say things that you don't want. Simple rule. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. Isha, did you have something?
Nithya, can you just say something more about these projections? I mean, what do you mean by projections?
That's also a judgment. So when I talk to someone, if I'm not fully present and I have something at the back of my mind, that's a projection. Like I'm talking to Isha, but at the back of my mind, I'm like, she will not listen to me. Then I'm already inviting you to not listen to me. So whatever you project, the energy you project is how the other person, you're inviting the other person to react or respond that way. Unless they are extremely conscious, then they will respond differently. Otherwise, most people will respond to your projection. So in that way, you are creating what you project. So when you are talking with someone, anything of the past, if you remember, it's a projection. She's remembering something he did about him not being trustworthy. Then you're projecting the past. Then you will recreate the past. When you be there and you do something, do it with presence, with no projections, no expectations. Then it works greater. That thought that you've already decided, as you're talking, there's a thought that comes into your head, right? Which may or may not be true. It mostly might be a projection. Sometimes it could be an awareness, not always it's a projection, but awareness will feel very light and good. Projection will, not feel great. And even if I have an awareness that this person is lying, which is true most of the times, a lot of times people do lie, we have to learn to be an interesting point of view so that you can change the energy. It's possible when you're an interesting point of view, they have not seen this much allowance from anyone, so they can change. And by the way, Gary says this amazing thing: nothing is evil or wrong except unconsciousness and anti-consciousness. So maybe they have, it's okay if that's what they want to do, let them do it. Let's be in allowance. What you have is more awareness and more choice how to respond to the situation. So everything that brought up and let down, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And everywhere I function from judgment that if someone is not trustworthy, I will not talk to them. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls.
So that was very profound. You said projection feels heavy and allowance or awareness feels light. So wanted to dwell a little bit. Can you explain that a bit more, Nithya?
Sure. So
Because
you
it's
can,
the same situation even I have gone through. I'm also doubting one half of the person, and but I love the other half of the person. And every time I doubt the other half, I feel so bad. I feel as if I'm guilty.
everywhere you've decided that people can be half and half. You now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. So when someone lies to you and you know they're lying, because I've gone through this, they will say, Nithya, I don't have money. And then I would like, okay, I'll do a clearing. And then they will still say, I don't have money, but they will buy something and post it on Facebook saying, I bought this amazing stuff. So it becomes very clear. And you know that they're lying when they talk to you, different story. But when you know they're lying and it's light, it's still an awareness. Okay, this too happened, interesting point of view. But when you get into the second, awareness will be very light and it'll be just fleeting. It comes as fast. Okay, you can make your awareness into a projection or a judgment by saying they lied, they did this again, I didn't expect this. Then it's no longer awareness, it's a logicalization to make that energy more solid. Okay, and when you doubt, for a judgment to exist, it cannot exist by itself. For example, if I say this person is not trustworthy, underneath that there'll be 25 or more judgments saying he cheated me like this, he did like that, to that other person he was not trustworthy, and underneath each of those 25 there are another 25. So the whole energy of the judgment will be constrictive. You won't feel great. Like when you say guilt, doubt, you've gone down the rabbit hole. Anyway, rabbit holes are pretty. I don't know why they say rabbit hole, and it's too small for us to go through, but that's the saying they use. So you've already gone down the hole. But when you're in awareness, you're like, okay, this person is lying. Okay, interesting point of view. How does it get better? It's completely different. So the first time you get it and it's okay, it's still expansive, you're in awareness. We're very good at converting your awareness into judgments. So you guys should give credit to yourself. Just joking. Maybe all of you don't do that, but if you want to give credit, if you want to figure out what I'm good at, you're very good at converting awarenesses into judgment. So everywhere I'm so good at converting awareness into judgment and using my awareness against me instead of for me. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right,
Yes.
wrong, POC, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. What can I be for my allowance to always exceed my allowance, my awareness, and everything that does not allow that, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC.
Yes.
So awareness comes, and it might be true. It's light that this person is lying to me, but that's not the best thing you get aware of, is it? Especially if it's your friend. Now you have to make sure your allowance exceeds your awareness. That is when you can change things. At least you don't have to get caught up in the story. And the one thing everyone is looking for is for someone to be kind to them, someone to accept them. What's the big what if you can be there for that person, right? Then you can enable the change. But if you project something, that's exactly the energy you're inviting from them. So let's not project fear, doubt, or anything. And when it still feels light and comes, it's an awareness. But if you don't like the awareness, interesting point of view, I have this point of view, don't solidify that. What can I be to change this? Ask questions, keep on asking questions. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine choice, boys, miss. But if you can identify, we have to be aware. Awareness is the key. If I don't even know they're lying, what can I what am I looking for? Change, right? Right now, for me, it's fun. You can just be in that, oh wow, this person is lying. How fun is that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock. And this person doesn't think that I know that they're lying. How does it get better? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine choice, boys, miss. So make life interesting. Just observe everything. Have fun with it. Okay, and it's not wrong. Lying as such is not a wrongness, so let's not make it wrong. Let's just say you have more choice. Aware. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question? I hope I didn't confuse you more. Right, wrong, good, bad, part, all.
Nitya,
Yes, Kanika.
Nitya, I think there should be a call on distractor implants, the book read. Yeah, today the whole call was like, anger, guilt, blame, shame, all that. It'll be excellent if we can start a book club on that.
Okay, let's do that. Let me start that. Thank you so much for suggesting. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, all nine choice, but going beyond judgment, going beyond distraction, living life to the fullest. That's what you're here for. That's why it's called life, because you have to live it. So everywhere you bought life is about death and dying instead of living. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreated once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poisoned, beyonds. So everywhere I have decided I'm not aware. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, destroy, and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, beyonds. Everywhere I'm amazing and great at converting all my awarenesses into judgments so that I completely use it against me. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resigned, destroy, and uncreated once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, poison, beyonds. Why do you get awareness? Because you can change things. Sometimes you can't change it, but it's also fine. Awareness is just information. If you can't change it, no big deal. If you can change it, you can. But we make it into judgment, and then you go into more doubt. Okay, so everywhere you love judging yourself, and you would love to continue judging yourself, will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, Tasneem is doing a book club on distractor implants. She's just posted the link. Yes, someone asked something.
Yeah, it's me. So you're saying that while that thought comes in, like when I think about it, and if it's there, um, while I say interesting point of view, can I also destroy and uncreate it?
Yes, whatever frees you from that thought. Any tool that frees you from that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online, shots, 5 minutes. Okay, someone talked about back of the mind. I think it was Anupama. So I wanted to do this clearing. Everywhere, you know that thinking is thinking, so you don't think from the front of your mind, but you still think it's okay to think from the back of your mind and project something. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and girls. So the thinking and judgment that
That was
comes from your front
hilarious.
of your mind and back of your mind, both are limiting. So if you differentiate that, okay, maybe back of the mind is
Yeah.
limiting, let's let that go. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine.
No, the thinking and thinking was very nice.
This
And it's
was
very
amazing,
interesting.
Nithya.
Thank
This
you.
was totally
Yeah.
amazing. You got us. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Nithya. It
Okay,
was
so
good.
that's the point of view, right? I'm thinking from the back of my mind. I'm not really thinking, but it's coming at the back of my mind. So everywhere you can justify the thinking that you do from the back of your mind is not a judgment or a projection or an expectation. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, reclaim, resign, join, uncreated once and for all eternity? Right,
Yes.
wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys, means. What is your thinking useful for? It's useful for, I remember how to switch on the fan because my mind knows how to switch on the fan. I know how to put my shoes. So that is where you can use your mind to do things like that, right? So you don't have to waste time, but not
Yeah.
for anything else in life. So
Yeah.
everywhere you are using your own brain against you instead of being smart and using it for you. Will you now destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, Nitya, I had a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
So, thank you, Nitya. I mean, I really like this session. This is my first session with you. I am there in your group, but then this is the first time I got to join. So, one of the main reasons I took up Access Bars was because of this area in my life that I have been trying to work upon. So, I'm unmarried. My parents are looking for me, and it's been a couple of years. I've met a lot of guys, spoken to them, but I have not felt the connection with anybody. And today I have reached a point where I do not know what to do next. It's more like a dead end. I do not know what options to explore, and what to do to come out of this situation. So, any clearing that you could advise that I could work upon?
Yeah, we started the call with what are the 10 things that I really like that I can focus on that can change my life. Right, wrong, good, bad, what, for, call, and shots, boys, millions. Sejal. So, if you're not yet married, you are really lucky. You should actually say, how am I so lucky? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, for, call, nine shots, boys. It's okay. Marriage is not a dream like everyone projected to be. It's a lot of work, by the way. That's my interesting point of view. Maybe it's not such an interesting point of view, but right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and yours. What can I be or do different to adore myself so much that I'm in the vibration to attract a person who can equally adore me? And everything that does not allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And why did you decide you're on a dead end? Are you breathing? You're breathing, you're not on a dead end.
Right.
Yeah. As long as you breathe, there is still more to come and so much more to explore. So, what invention have I used to convince myself that at a dead end? Really not. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
And what? And if you're not yet married, you're really lucky. Trust me. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. Okay. Cool.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. So you might want to listen to the call again and have the questions on the 10 things to focus on. You can keep asking that and then you'll figure out what you would like to do in your life.
Sure.
So
Sure.
everywhere, all of you know what you would love in life, know where you would like to head, but still tell yourselves that you don't know. Will you now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, reclaim, resigned, destroy, and uncreate it once and for all eternity? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock? Online choice poisoners. What makes you happy? That's where you would like to head, right? It's very simple. If I'm happy talking, that's what I would like to do. If I'm happy eating, do more of that. So whatever makes you happy. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Life is simple, very simple. We make it complicated. So everywhere I would like to complicate my life more than what it is by engaging the back of my mind and the front of my mind when I don't have to. Will you now? Destroy and uncreate it once and for all eternity. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, all 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, could you give examples of difference between awareness and allowance? They're actually awareness is you know what it is. Allowance is you don't judge what you know. Awareness is the knowing that okay, this person is lying or this is what's happening. But allowance means I don't judge them. I don't judge them for that. Awareness is knowing that I made a mistake. Now, allowance means I don't judge myself for making that mistake. Okay, I made a mistake, let me not make it again. Or let me make it again. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. I had tried doing my eyebrows 3 times. All 3 times I screwed it up, but I tried again. I didn't stop myself. Right, wrong, good, bad, for calling. Like maybe I'll get it the 4th time, but I didn't try it the 4th time. I thought that was like for another day. So, have fun. When you know you make a mistake, when you know that this is what is true for you, that's light. That's awareness. But the minute you don't judge it, you're an allowance. If you judge it, you're not an allowance. Acceptance and allowance are contrasting. In a way, yeah. Acceptance means we give up. When I say accept this, the energy is I cannot change it, so I accept it. There is no different possibility here, so I accept it. Allowance is I don't judge this, but I'm always willing for a different possibility. I always know that something different can be possible. So that's the difference. Yeah, in an access, we don't use the word accept. You don't have to accept anything. You just have to be in allowance of everything. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD. That's your superpower, guys. If you don't have any other talent, make interesting point of view your talent. It'll make you really talented. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, all 9 shots, poisons. It makes life really amazing. The tools of access consciousness. Okay, so I'll take one last question and I will close for today. Okay, so no questions. Awesome.
Hi, Nithya.
Hi, Taranjeet.
Nithya, I just have one question. Okay, how do we differentiate, whether it's allowance or awareness? In the sense, most of the time when we are aware also, I have realized that as per your definition, I haven't allowed it probably. It wasn't an allowance kind of stuff. So how, though we understand that knowing is important, but then, how to come up to that point?
Okay.
Point of view.
Yeah, so I'll give you a new tool which you may have not used before called interesting point of view. I have this point of view. So the minute you get triggered with your awareness, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. That'll put you into allowance. Now, allowance and awareness are completely different. They're not same. Awareness is knowing and allowance is being in non-judgment. The thing we confuse is between awareness and judgment. That's where we get confused. Is it actually an awareness? Awareness means it's true. Judgment means it might be a lie. So you can ask questions. What is the basic tool in Access?
Okay.
Yeah, the basic tool in Access, which all of us are learning newly, is ask a question. So you might just want to ask, is this an awareness? Right. Yes, it's an awareness. Is it a judgment? If you get yes, it's a judgment. It's simple as that. And even if it's a judgment, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Even if it's an awareness, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Be in allowance of both.
Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Sure. Thanks a lot, Nithya.
Thank you. Okay, guys, have happy Daseras. I think it's over, but I don't know, whatever it is remaining of it. Have happy festival times. Let's celebrate every day. And I will catch you guys next Monday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks
Nithya.
a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Nithya.
Thank you. Happy Dasara.
Happy Dasara to you, Nithya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Nithya.
you. God bless you.
Thank you, Nithya. Thank you for the
Thank you,
wonderful
Nithya.
class.
Happy Dasara.
Thank you, Nithya.
Happy Dasara. Thank you so much.
Happy Dasara to all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Nithya. Thank you.
And Atina, you might want to rejoin. Rejoin the meeting because I'm going to. Okay.
I'm doing it. Yeah.